So in today's episode with Go Solar with Engineer Good News, we'll be diving into the solar system setup. How can we set up a solar system, a very simple solar system? And let's assume that you have passion for solar, or you are an end user that wants to know more about solar system and every component part of your system. Now, so in this section, I'll be explaining everything about solar system and how you can really understand your solar listing system, as in from the one on the roof to the one inside your building. So let's go. So over here in our board, we have the major parts of solar system, the major component that made up a solar system. The number one is the part of them all, which is what? Solar inverter. That is the inverter machine. Now this inverter machine is an electronic machine that converts the DC power to AC power. So we call it inverter. It's what it does is to invert. So it changes DC power to what? To AC power. You understand? So inverter is what does the conversion, so that from your battery you can have power to that will supply to your bulb, to your TV, to your washing machine, to your standing fan, all those things, your AC. What does that thing is what is the inverter machine. And then the second one on our list is the solar panel. As we all know, the solar panel here is what is like our dam in the solar system, is the dam. So it's what brings in power from the sun. Sun is being given to us by nature. It's what brings in all thanks to God. It's what brings in power from the sun to charge, to supply to the inverter. Some inverters that are hybrid inverters. Some inverters that are hybrid inverters. With solar panel alone, you can enjoy your solar system, but that will be majorly during the day when there is sun. When there is no sun, I want to see you go cry, but nothing will happen. The system will just go off. So that is just it. Then the solar panel is what gives power so that it can charge the system. Now it gives power to the battery. Battery here, number 3, is your storage device. It's what stored in the energy. That battery is a storage device. It's a bank. Just like bank stores money, this battery here stores energy. And where did you get this energy from? From the solar panel. Yes, from the solar panel. When there is sunlight, it's like in my area now, it is sunny. So the solar panel will receive that sunlight, turn it to a DC power, take it straight up to the battery via a device called the charge controller. And then the battery will do what? Will store the power. So moving on to the next is the solar charge controller. The solar charge controller, we have two types of controller. We have the MPPT and we have the PWM. So the MPPT is the maximum power point tracker, and the PWM is what? These are pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation. Pulse width modulation. So we have it on maximum power point tracker, pulse modulation. Before now, let's say those 2010, 2012, 2013, 2015, everybody were going with what? This guy here, because this guy was what was in market that time. But as technology advances, we now realize that we can actually track down each and every part of this thing of power that is coming from what? From the sun with our MPPT. Now MPPT tracks almost everything it can get from the solar panel, but PWM is what? Garbage in, what you give me is what I give out. But MPPT is not that way. With MPPT, you can increase the solar panel voltage and then bring it down to the charge controller. Once you get to the charge controller will do is what? It's under abracadabra and make sure that it still maintain the normal battery voltage. Let's assume the battery voltage is 48 volts, and then from 120 volt, it will bring it down to 48 volt, and the remaining voltage will be converted to current so that you can charge your battery faster and for a great performance. That's for the charge controller. So charge controller in a common sense is what controls the charging between solar panel and battery, so that we can avoid what? Overcharging, undercharging. It sometimes on MPPT like Felicity and MOS controller, it cut off the charging, when the battery is fully charged. Then the next thing here is the DC cable. We use DC cable for solar connection. Please and please, when you are doing solar panel installation, solar panel, don't use AC cable, use DC cable. You get why? Now for the AC cable, that's what we use for the inside what installation. The inside installation, that is the inverter to your DB, to your distribution box. Now AC cable is what supplies power to your lightings. If you are using, let's say, a 1.5 system, a 2.5 system, inverter system, you can go with what, a 2.5 squared cable. That is for 1 kVA to 2.5 or 3 kVA. You can go with a 2.5 But if you are going with let's say 4 kVA, 6 kVA, maybe sometimes 8 kVA, if the load is not too much, please go with 4 because the higher the load, the higher the current you'll be drawing from the inverter. And because of that, you need a bigger size cable that will be able to handle this current for a longer period of time without overheating. And with 4 you can put in up to 20 amps and it will not overheat. But if you try that with this 2.5, you will learn the hard way. Then let's move down to the last thing. The last thing is what is the surge kit. Now this surge kit now, this surge kit includes our DC breakers, our AC breakers, our DC surge, AC surge, AVS. We have our our fire extinguisher, that guy, yes. We have our fire extinguisher, and we have what? We have our overload trip breaker. Overload trip breaker is so that once you didn't set, whether with an AVS or with a breaker, if you use up to this point, let's say we have a 15 amp breaker, sorry, 16 amp, let me see what is in the market. We have a 16 amp breaker, and once your load is up to 16 and you want to cross to 17, this breaker will just trip off, so that it will secure your inverter machine. Your DC breaker and DC surge is to do what? Is to protect your solar panel from bringing high currents to your solar charge controller or your inverter. Let's assume it's a hybrid inverter. Now the AC breaker, AC surge, AVS is to protect the input that is coming in from where? From maybe your grid, to avoid high voltage with our NEPA light is almost every week they do give high voltage. So high voltage or low voltage, all those things, the AVS handle it. So this is the first part of this, and then we'll be diving into the second part, which is what? The main connection, the main wiring, how to put all these things together, and how to give a very simple solar system setup. And then the second phase of this video, we'll be doing that, and if you stay with us till then, you see how we do everything, and then I'm very sure you will enjoy it. If you are yet to go solar, make sure that you go solar with Alpha Energy. And if you don't have to break the bank before you go solar, you can go solar with any amount that you have. Just send us a DM and we'll give you a proper quotation that fits your power need and your budget, and from there you can upgrade to any amount that you want. Stay blessed.